Schools today need a better solution in terms of emergency notification during a lockdown or active shooter event. How quickly and effectively the school can notify everyone on school grounds, as well as the police, can help save lives. Eastern DataComm has been working with school districts for over 20 years, helping them improve communications. After requests from multiple school customers for a more effective emergency notification solution than what was on the market, Eastern DataComm developed their lockdown and emergency notification system called Lens. After working with state police, local police, and other school safety experts, we discovered the system needed to meet three important principles in order for it to be effective in a lockdown or active shooter event. First, the 20-second rule. The system needs to notify everyone within 20 seconds or less because every second counts. Second, the solution needs to be fully automated, taking the human element out of it so you don't have to rely on people making calls or overhead announcements during crisis situations. And third, the notification needs to cover the entire school grounds, not just inside the building. The notification needs to reach people not only in loud areas, but also hard to reach places like remote parking lots and athletic fields. The school in this video had a number of challenges in its ability to get the notification out. The building's footprint was sprawling, so communicating a threat to everyone was very challenging. Being a typical school, there were also areas throughout the building that became too loud to readily hear an emergency announcement. Areas such as gymnasiums, cafeterias, an auditorium, a music room, and wood shops. Even the hallways became too loud to hear messages between classes. Plus, overhead announcements and calls to the police had to be done manually, relying on school personnel to make those calls during a crisis situation. Outside, the school property was expansive, with remote fields and parking lots far away from the main building. This included a football stadium across the street from the school. In all these remote locations, wiring speakers from the main system was not an option. Finally, there were only two entranceways for buses to use when dropping students off and picking them up. This often caused a bottleneck of buses in the parking lots during such times. Not an ideal situation during a lockdown. Eastern DataComm's Lens solution solved all these challenges. First, when activated, the system plays an automated pre-recorded announcement over the school's existing paging speakers located inside the building as well as around the perimeter.
Lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. This is a lockdown emergency. Please enter into lockdown mode. Move quickly to a secure location and follow our lockdown procedures.
Eastern DataComm also added some additional speakers to the paging system, ensuring there were no dead zones throughout the building. Second, automated calls with a pre-recorded lockdown message are sent to 911, the local police, and other key administrators throughout the district, including the superintendent, the principal, and the security staff. The district personnel also receive PC screen pops, emails, and text messages of the event. Strobe lights and signboards were added to loud areas such as the gym, the cafeteria, the auditorium, the music room, media center, and wood shops. Eastern DataComm installed strobe lights throughout the hallways as well. On the outside of the building, strobe lights were placed above active entranceways to notify people that the school was in a state of emergency and not to enter the building. To cover those remote areas, the Lens solution includes a wireless component for speaker horns and strobe lights. These components use UHF radio frequency to be activated, not internet Wi-Fi. These components can be placed far away from the building, with the speaker horns playing the same pre-recorded voice announcement that is played throughout the interior of the building. Wireless-capable speakers and strobe lights were placed on poles by the entranceways of the parking lots. A school bus approaching the building will easily see a blinking strobe light from one of those poles, so the bus will know not to enter the parking lot, but to keep driving away from the building. And since these locations do not have a power source, these components are powered through a solar collector to an internal battery source. To activate the Lens solution, the school has a few ways to do this in an easy and effective manner. First, Eastern DataComm installed a number of lockdown buttons in strategic areas throughout the building, allowing the entire system to be activated through the press of a button. Since the lockdown message could be automated, we also designed the solution to automate other types of emergency messages, such as evacuation or shelter in place. Since those emergency messages aren't as time critical as a lockdown, we placed those buttons in a separate enclosure. Finally, in keeping with the 20-second rule, we integrated Lens with the school's phone system, allowing the solution to be activated by simply dialing a code on the phone. Since there are phones all throughout the building, including classrooms, The system can be activated in seconds no matter where you are located within the building. As you can see, the Lens solution meets all three principles required in a lockdown or active shooter event. It can be easily and quickly activated by the push of a button or a code dialed on a phone. Once activated, Lens notifies the authorities as well as everyone on school grounds via automated announcements over the school's paging system and wireless speakers in remote areas. It also notifies everyone visually through strobe lights, signboards, PC pop-ups, emails, and text messages. We can even have the Lens solution activate an access control system to go into lockdown mode, which might mean locking all the doors and disabling everybody's swipe cards except for the police. Thank you for watching this video. We invite you and your administrative staff to come out and see a demonstration of our solution.